Welcome back to the Turo Hustle. Okay, I think the biggest question we're going to get in this whole series is, hey, how much money can I make doing Turo? So we're going to go ahead and answer that right now in video number 1. Okay, my wife and I, we've built up a 7-car Turo fleet, and we're going to go over the numbers. I'm going to show you, hey, this is what we brought in, this is when it went out, and does it work for you? Okay, so this is going to be a great adventure, an awesome series, and stay tuned, babe. All right, welcome to the Turo Hustle. So the first thing we're going to touch on is, hey, why did you get into Turo? Well, we got into Turo because it's a low cost entry market. We're not buying rental houses for 4, 5, 6, 700,000. You're going to buy a rental car for, well, we did for 15,000, 16,000, 17,000, maybe even less. We're buying those cash, okay? And then the second question is, okay, what type of cars do you have? So, I mean, right now I'm sitting in our 2017 Subaru Outback. We've got a 2018 Subaru Outback. We've got two 2019 Subaru Outbacks. We've also got a 2017 Honda CR-V, a 2016 Honda Pilot, and a 2023 Toyota Highlander. We did just have a 2018 Jeep Renegade, which we would have been at 8 cars, but the numbers aren't working for it, so we're going to sell it. We're going to go over how to do all that too. So that's just giving you guys a rundown on what we have, what we know, and what we've done. And we're going to give you guys the best information that we can to help you succeed in your own Turo hustle, all right? Okay, so the part that everyone has been waiting for, the numbers. Okay, I went in the house, came out in the garage, wrote everything down. Here we go. So the car wash. All right, we only use the car wash in the winter, and we only pay for 2 cars. So we're looking at $45.95. We do have 1 car payment, a Toyota Highlander. Okay, the Toyota Highlander payment, $743.95 a month. We're looking at insurance. Okay, to qualify for Turo's insurance, you need 3 cars on the platform for at least 12 months. Okay, now this insurance only covers you from your house to the mechanic shop or from your house to the airport, and that insurance costs us $466.32. To be a part of that insurance, you need some sort of tracking device. One of them is a bouncy, okay? We have bouncies. Now that costs us $61.60 a month. Oil, okay, I buy all the oil, I buy all the filters, I change all our oil ourselves. If you were to take that oil and straight line that expense for a month-to-month expense for 7 cars, we're looking at $77, okay? You go to brakes. Now I put brakes and rotors together. So if you break that down on a month-to-month expense for 7 cars, you're looking at $213. Okay, let's go to tires. For tires, for 7 cars, a month-to-month expense, you're looking at $308. Okay, so we add all that together, we have $1,915.82 in expenses for the month of August 2025. Okay, that's pretty much per month. So let's go to our earnings. Okay, earnings for August of 2025. We had $12,347 in earnings. Okay, so we take the $12,347, we subtract the $1,915.82 for a grand total of $10,431.18. That is what we made in August of 2025. Now, there's another expense you could put in there, which is depreciation, okay? Now, you could straight line your depreciation. To make the numbers easy, let's say you buy a car for $10,000. Okay, now let's say 2 years later, that car that you bought is worth $7,600. So that's a $2,400 difference. Okay, over 2 years, which is 24 months, you divide 2,400 by 24, you get $100. So you're losing, you have an expense in depreciation of $100 a month. Now, it depends a lot on what type of vehicle you have, the market you're in, where in the world or US or where you're at. So I would strongly recommend that you guys figure that out on your own and factor that into your expenses. It just really helps know where every dollar is going. Okay, guys, so there's actually another thing I want to touch on that I totally forgot. I figured I'd bring it up really quick. It depends on what plan you have. And by plan, Turo's got a 75-25, they've got an 80-20. Personally, we are on the 90-10 plan, okay? That means if I make $100, Turo gets 10 of it and we get 90 of it, okay? Now the difference between the plans is how much your deductible is going to be if your car is to get in a wreck, an accident, if you're to make a claim. Right now that changes your deductible. For us, we've seen, knock on wood, not a lot of accidents, and so we enjoy the 90-10, and if something was to happen, we'd be able to cover it. Now, where it really can hurt you is when you're getting started, okay? Let's say you dump all your money into a car, your car goes out on its first trip, you're on the 90-10 plan, the deductible is $2,500, and it gets in a wreck. Okay, so now you got to take $2,500 out of your account to pay for that for your deductible. And that can really get you. Now, as you get down the road with more cars, you feel better about going to a higher deductible, because if you were to get hit, it's not going to hurt you as bad. Repairs. What I did not tell you guys about in those expenses was big repairs. Now, we haven't had many of them. We've had a few, one or two a year. So it might be an AC, right? We had an AC replaced in one of our cars. That was $1,200. That can hit pretty good. Or you have, an oil problem that you got to get fixed because you're leaking oil. There's all sorts of things that can go wrong with these cars. It's hard to really tell you a month-to-month expense on what that would cost, but that's something to be ready for. You want probably at least $2,000 set aside for some sort of repair or maintenance issue that could happen. And that's when it all comes down to, right? It comes down to how you buy the car and what car you buy, right? Now, you could buy a cheap car, but you want to make sure you know going through those steps it's a good running car, doesn't have issues, and we'll go through that on this channel, and we'll try and help everyone make the best possible choice they can when they're purchasing a car for their Turo fleet. Stay tuned to the Turo Hustle. I appreciate you guys checking in. I appreciate you staying tuned, okay? If you want more videos like this, if you don't want to miss what's next and figure out how to run your own successful Turo business, make sure to subscribe, hit that little bell, get notified when we upload, because this is going to be a great channel. Awesome information, tons of videos, and I'm excited, and I hope you're excited. So stay tuned.